Now the first chapter is the principle of mathematical induction. So what is the meaning of mathematical induction and how it is used in mathematics field? As in the semester 1, we learned about the method of reasoning to deduct some result, and we discussed about the method of mathematical induction that we said in semester 1 that we will study about this method in the next semester. Now we are going to start the mathematical induction to deduct some result, to prove some results. So first we are going to write that is the introduction. In the previous semester, we have studied the method of reasoning to deduct result. That is called deductive reasoning. Now, here we will study the another method that is called PMI, that is principle of mathematical induction. So we are going to define principle of mathematical induction. So definition of mathematical induction. So we also called it principle of induction. So what does it state? Principle of induction states that if a statement P of n of natural numbers or variable and it is true for n is equal to 1, then we suppose that it is true for n is equal to k, that is, if pk is true, then it implies p of k plus 1 is true for all k belong to n. So if we see that there are two steps in principle of mathematical induction. So two steps are there to prove the result on the basis of principle of mathematical induction. So we are going to explain the above definition in two steps. The first step is that is called the basis. So what is meant by the basis? We prove the result for n is equal to 1. So this step is called we will prove the result for n is equal to 1, or if 0 is the least value, then we will prove the result for the 0 or 0, that is the lowest value. And the second step is that is called inductive step. As we explained earlier, if pk is true, then pk plus 1 is true. So that step where we will assume, that is assuming that the statement hold for some natural number k, prove it for n is equal to k plus 1. So that is called inductive step. If these two steps are held, then we can say that Pn is true for all n belongs to n, that is natural number. So from the above topic, it is clear that what does steps involved in the mathematical induction. If we have to prove the result on the basis of mathematical induction, first of all, we have to prove the result for n is equal to 1 or maybe 0, that 0 is the lowest value. If Pn is true for the lowest value, then we will go for the further step, that is called inductive step. In this step, we will assume that this statement is true for n is equal to k. Then we will proceed further. That is, we will check the result. Is it true for n is equal to k plus 1 or not? If it is true for n is equal to k plus 1, then we will say that principle of mathematical induction is prove the result that Pn is true for all n belongs to natural numbers. So that is all about the principle of mathematical induction.